We often get the question, what's the difference between your bright red and your dark red, and why should I use it? Over here we have a bright red blood jam. Over here we have a dark red blood jam. The bright red is meant to simulate oxygenated blood, very, very fresh blood that comes from the extremities, maybe it comes from the mouth, something that we're used to seeing that shows up very quick and is quite sharp. It attracts the eye very nicely because of the bright color and because of the freshness of it. So this blood is very nice against extreme backgrounds. So if there's extreme contrast, if it's all white costumes or an all black background or darkness, the bright red is going to show up and have a little bit more of an impact than something that's a little darker. It's also nice for something that has to come quick. If you have a quick shot of the blood and then it disappears, the bright red blood strikes a little bit faster to the audience, a little bit more efficiently and effectively, and then goes away. A little bit more than, say, the dark red. So a dark red is something that has lost, is a little more deoxygenated. The hemoglobin has started to rust, turning it and giving it that darker color. This is something we're a little more used to when we see a lot of blood, pools of blood that turn into this color. This is good for center mass, something in the center of the body, or if the blood's going to be out there for a long period of time. Over time, the audience is going to start judging the color based off of their memory. And if they have a long time to look at it, the red's going to start looking less and less like something they recognize, whereas the dark is going to look more familiar. It's going to look like it's aged and congealed and slowed down and dried and browned. So the benefit of the dark red, besides something that hints at a little more realism depending on where you put it, is that it lasts over time if you need the blood to be on stage for a long period of time. The thing to watch out for with both is that blood is a distractor on stage. If it's out there, your eye is going to look at either one of these colors because it's interesting and different. So you want to control the story of when you're using the effect and why. But the color is just as important to the story as when you're deploying it and what the injury is from. So choose, based on what story you want to impact, what color you're going to have. And also know and prepare that lighting are going to change the colors a little bit. If you have some yellows or oranges, that might pop some orange out in this bright red. Something might make this a little more darker purple. So test your blood under your stage lights as well. Regular home lights are going to be different than the stage lights you have for your production. But that, at its very base, is the difference between the bright red, the dark red, and when you may or may not want to use it.